Have you ever looked at someone and thought, they have everything, beauty, talent, success, and then looked at yourself and whispered, I'm just ordinary? We've all done that. But here's the truth. Perfection is an illusion. Worth isn't found in being flawless. It's found in being real. Once, in a quiet mountain village where the wind carried songs through the pine trees, there lived a young musician named Arin. Every morning, he sat by the river and played his flute, a melody so gentle that even the birds seemed to pause and listen. His music brought peace to everyone who heard it. But one day, during a performance in the village square, his flute cracked right in the middle of a song. The sound turned sharp and broken, and the crowd laughed. Arin froze. Embarrassed and heartbroken, he ran home, threw the flute aside, and whispered to himself, I'm not good enough. That night, he couldn't sleep. All he could hear was the laughter, echoing in his mind. The next morning, as he sat by the river, an old potter passed by. The man's name was Sura, a kind soul who was known for carrying baskets of clay pots to the market. Arin noticed that some of the pots were uneven, chipped, even cracked. He asked softly, Why do you keep the broken ones? The old potter smiled. They still hold flowers, he said. Not perfect, but still beautiful. Arin frowned. But don't people laugh at your work? Sura chuckled. Only those who don't understand art, he replied. Then he placed a cracked pot beside Arin. When the light passes through the cracks, he said, it shines in ways smooth walls never can. Those words lingered in Arin's mind. That evening, as the sun began to fade behind the mountains, a traveling monk came to the village. He heard that a young musician once played songs that touched people's hearts. So he found Arin by the river and asked, Will you play for me? Arin hesitated. My flute is broken, he said. The monk smiled gently. Then let it sing with its cracks. And so, with trembling hands, Arin lifted his flute and began to play. The notes were fragile, uneven, but they carried something real, emotion. They told a story of failure, of hurt, of healing. The sound was imperfect, yet beautiful. The monk closed his eyes, letting the music wash over him. When Arin finished, the old man said softly, Do you hear that? That's truth, not perfection. Days later, the village held its annual festival of lights. Arin was invited again to perform, but fear still lingered in his heart. He almost refused, until he remembered Sura's words, light shines through the cracks. That night, under the soft glow of lanterns, he stepped onto the small stage, took a deep breath, and played the same broken flute. He didn't hide its flaws this time. He let it sing freely, every imperfect note filled with soul. When he finished, the crowd was silent. Then, slowly, applause began to rise. Some people smiled. Others wiped their tears. Because his music wasn't perfect, it was true. After the performance, a young girl approached him and said, Sir, your flute sounds different, like it's telling a story. Arin smiled. It is, he said. It's telling my story. Later, he went to see Sura and said, You were right. The cracks didn't ruin the song, they completed it. Sura nodded. Perfection hides behind masks, he said softly. But when you stop pretending, the world finally hears your real melody. We spend so much of our lives trying to be perfect, trying to fix every flaw, to hide every scar. But sometimes, the things we believe make us broken are the very things that make us beautiful. Don't let the world convince you that you're not enough. Your worth doesn't come from how perfect you are. It shines through your honesty, your struggle, and your courage to keep playing. Even when your flute is cracked. So play your song. Let it be raw, let it be real, let it be yours. Because someone, somewhere, needs to hear your imperfect melody.